Pancham. I'm here with Elisha Doesburg, my colleague, and Kadra Mohammed. Kadra will be answering your questions in the Q&A section. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the Q&A section, and she will try to answer everyone's question. Of course, you can also go to our chat on the website after this webinar, and you can chat there with one of my colleagues or send us an email. Later, more on how to reach us. Well, I'm going to take you on the journey of the Aon student insurance for non-EU students in the Netherlands. Bear with me a moment. I will share my presentation with you. First slide. Well, hopefully everyone can see that. There we go. Well, again, an introduction to the Aon student insurance, ASI in short. Oh, I've got the wrong one, I see. Sorry for that. We had a presentation this morning as well. That was for the EU students. I'm sorry, I have to go to the right one. This one. That's strange. That is strange. Bear with me a moment, please. Well, guys, I'm so sorry. There was something wrong with the sharing of the presentation, although we rehearsed it. But here we are. An introduction to the Aon student insurance for non-EU and EEA students in the Netherlands. Let's start. What am I going to talk to you about? What am I going to explain to you? Well, first of all, who is Aon? What do we do? Why is it important to have a insurance when you are coming to the Netherlands for an exchange or a bachelor or master's? What is the right insurance advice once you are studying in the Netherlands? What is the coverage of the Aon student insurance and what coverage do you need? What happens to your insurance when you are going to work or going to do an internship? Because that might be a little bit tricky to understand. How can you apply for the Aon student insurance? How can you pay and how can you claim? How does the healthcare system work in the Netherlands? Because that might be different than you're used to in your home countries. A recap of the everything I told you, and then last but not least, questions. At the end of the presentation, you will be able to ask us questions with regard to the Aon student insurance. Who are we and what do we do? Well, Aon is an international advisor in risk management and an insurance broker. We have 500 offices worldwide and approximately 60,000 employees. Excuse me, I hear some, excuse me, and 60,000 employees. We have 13 offices in the Netherlands and our headquarters is in Rotterdam. We service our clients with Aon student insurance from the Department International People Mobility. And we have a multilingual student services team who can answer all your questions and help you make a decision with regard to the Aon student insurance. We have serviced and insured over 450,000 students in the last decade. And we are a partner of many universities and universities of the applied sciences in the Netherlands and internationally. Why is it important to have an insurance when you come to the Netherlands? Here in the Netherlands, you are responsible for your own expenses, and that indicates, and that's for every expense you have, but especially for insurance expenses. You are required to have a health insurance. If you don't have a health insurance here in the Netherlands, then you are, you need to pay everything out of your own pocket because there's no university, no government, or no social organization who is going to pay for that. You are personally required to have make arrangements to have a health insurance. And that is because healthcare costs are quite high here in the Netherlands, maybe higher than you're used to in your own home country. To give you an indication, a specialist consult, if you need to go to the hospital to have a consult with a specialist, that's approximately 110 euros per 10 minutes. X-rays are approximately 80 euros, starting at 80 euros, and scans are approximately starting at 800 euros and can add up to, several thousand euros. A hospital bed is around 800 euros per night, and that's only the bed. That's without any, tests or other examinations you may have. An ICU bed is 2,500 euros, 2,500 euros per night. But it's not only healthcare expenses that you need to consider taking an insurance for, but also unforeseen circumstances like, maybe in case you need to go back home for an emergency. There is a life-threatening situation going on with family members and you need to go back home. If you're not insured for that, you will have to pay those costs, the ticket, the hotel costs, everything yourself. If you accidentally harm a person or damage a person's goods, you can be held liable for that. And have to pay the costs of the damaged goods and the person you harmed out of your own pocket. And last but not least, if there's a burglary in your house or your apartment or your student room, um, yeah, and you need to buy new stuff, if you're not insured for that, then again, you will have to pay those things out of your own pocket. So I cannot stress it enough to you, but no insurance here in the Netherlands means you will have to pay all the costs yourselves. And the Netherlands is, quite an expensive country. So do consider taking out an insurance if you not already have one, and take it out before you leave. But about that later on in this presentation. Um, what what kind of insurance do you need? Um, in every situation here in the Netherlands, there's another insurance needed. And I will walk you through this table so you can see what insurance is the one that is, that you need to take out. If you are a non-EU EEA student, and you need to take out, and you are a bachelor, a master, or a PhD student, or you're going to do another prep study, for instance, and you're going to stay here in the Netherlands for longer than 6 months, you need to take out the Aon full degree insurance. If you are an exchange student, or you are going to do another study, or you are going to do an internship, or a prep course, for instance, at a university or University of Applied Sciences, then you need to take out an Aon exchange insurance. The whole situation changes when you are going to have a part-time job here in the Netherlands, and you are going to pay taxes, because when you have a job here in the Netherlands, you pay taxes and you pay social securities. And then it becomes mandatory to take out the Dutch basic healthcare insurance, or the Aon basic healthcare insurance. And you will be insured then for only health. And it's necessary, well, not, yeah, we highly recommend that you also take out an Aon top-up insurance, which is an additional insurance on top of the basic healthcare. I will elaborate on the coverage later on in this presentation. If you are going to do an internship here in the Netherlands, and you are going to earn more than the Dutch minimum wage, so more than the Dutch minimum salary, then you are also obligated to take out the Dutch basic healthcare insurance and the recommended top-up insurance. And these things are mandatory by law. So it's not something the insurance companies have decided, but it's by law. You are obligated by law, if you work or if you are doing an internship for which you earn more than the Dutch minimum wage, to take out the Dutch basic healthcare insurance. If you are a student and you are not working, you cannot take out the Dutch basic healthcare insurance. You need to take out the Aon full degree or the Aon exchange insurance. The coverage. What does the coverage entail? We have, well, again, two packages, as I said. We have the full degree package and we have the exchange package. And interns who are coming to the Netherlands to do an internship can also take the exchange package. What is covered? The only difference between the two insurances, the two insurance packages, are the medical expenses. Because with the full degree, you have pre-existing conditions fully covered. So if you already have a pre-existing condition, then you are covered for medicine, for everything that you need with regard to that pre-existing condition. If you need to go to the doctor, those costs are will be reimbursed to you. If you are an exchange student, you also have a very extensive coverage, but because you are going to be here, for around 6 months, we cover the worsening of a pre-existing condition. So, for instance, if you have, high blood pressure, to give you an example, and you need to have checkups here, or you need to take medicine, well, those things are foreseen things. So you need to take your medicine to the Netherlands because that won't be covered. But if your condition worsens, so if your high blood pressure gets higher and you need to change medicine, or you need to go to the doctor, or even if somebody's admitted to the hospital, then it's fully covered. Other costs, are fully covered as well. If you need to go to the GP, or if you need to go to the hospital, if you need to go to a specialist, physiotherapy is covered for both packages. So it's a very extensive cover under the medical expenses, and there is no out-of-pocket paying. You are fully covered for the actual costs. And then psychotherapy, psychological help is covered for under the full degree, and the exchange coverage, the exchange package, for up to 3,000 euros per insurance year. Again, if you have a pre-existing psychological condition and you need to have consults for that in the Netherlands under the full degree, that's fully covered. Under the exchange package, it's a worsening of a pre-existing condition. So if you already have a package, if you already have a condition that is, where you need some consults for, you can do that, and we will pay for that. If it worsens, it's fully covered. Dental costs because of an accident is covered up until 1,250 euros per year. Dental treatment to relieve pain is covered up until, no, I said it the wrong way. Dental costs because of an accident is covered up until 1,250 euros per year, and dental treatment to relieve pain is covered up until 350 euros per year. To give you an example, if you are in an accident and you break your teeth, you need to make your teeth, you go to the dentist, you will be reimbursed for 1,250 euros. If you have a problem, you wake up one morning, you have pain, and you need to go to the dentist, you will be covered up until 350 euros per insurance year. Everything above that 350 euros on costs you will have to pay out of your own pocket. Then there's emergency assistance and extra travel costs. We call that repatriation. If there is a emergency back home, a family member or somebody who has raised you or is close to you, and you need to go back home because there's a life-threatening situation, or even worse, and somebody has perished, you can do that, and we will pay for those costs. The other way around works as well. So if there's a life-threatening situation with the insured student going on, and it's necessary for family members to come over, they can do that, and it will be covered under the insurance up until 7,000 euros. Then we have liability. The liability insurance is very important here in the Netherlands, but not only in the Netherlands. In lots of countries, it is very important because you are insured for damaging other person's goods or hurting another person. For instance, I think you guys are going to ride a bicycle here in the Netherlands as the primary means of transportation. If you, by accident, get into an accident with a car or with a person, you can harm those people or you can cause damage to a car, and the owners can hold you liable for that, and you will have to pay the damaged goods. That could be, the paint of the car that is off, or there's, the car is severely damaged because of your bike. Well, if you have to pay 10,000 euros because it has to be repainted, for instance, yeah, that's not something you would like to pay out of your own pocket for. So, yeah, you will be insured under the liability insurance. You don't have to pay that then out of your own pocket. Luggage and personal items. For the full degree students, you are covered for luggage and personal items during travel. And for the exchange students, though, you are covered fully during your whole exchange for your personal items and your luggage. Home content is covered for full degree students up until 6,000 euros against, a fire, flood, and burglary. And exchange students are not covered for that. And I will explain why, because you guys are going to stay here for a short amount of time, and you have furnished dorms or rooms which you rent, whereas a full degree student is going to be here for a longer period of time, and will probably have their own stuff in their student room. That's why they are insured for home content as well. Then we have a accident coverage, that is accidental death and permanent disability. If there is an accident, 10,000 euros and 75,000 euros will be reimbursed to the beneficiaries or to the student. Then there is legal aid, which is covered under both packages inside Europe and outside Europe. For example, you are renting a room, or and there is something wrong with the plumbing. You are paying good money for that monthly, and you get into a dispute with the landlord or the landlady, and they don't want to fix things. Well, it's such a legal mess. Yeah, you need help, and you can contact us, and our lawyers will help you and find a way to solve this problem. Well, what's the premium for the Aon student insurance? First of all, I have to say that we are the only ones who have this most extensive package with regard to pre-existing conditions and worsening of a pre-existing condition. And we have also with our premium, the most attractive premiums for you guys with the most extensive coverage. The Aon full degree package is €1.89 per day, which is €56.70 per month. If you already have a basic healthcare insurance, or if you're going to work here and you want to have a top-up insurance, you will get a discount and you will pay 85 cents per day, which is €25.50. Bear in mind, you can only take out the basic healthcare insurance if you are working here in the Netherlands. And the European Health Insurance Card is not applicable to you guys, because if it's correct, in this webinar, there are only non-EU EEA students. And then we have the Aon Insurance for Exchange students. That's €1.59 per day, which is 47 euros and 70 cents per month. Again, if you have a basic healthcare insurance, you get a discount because then it becomes a supplement coverage, and you will pay 21 euros and 60 cents per month. The same premiums are applicable for interns and trainees. Well, and then I'm going to give the floor to Elisha, who is going to is going to present some slides for you. Or you need one?
Can everybody hear me now?
No. Hoor je? Anders kom je hier.
Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, now we hear you. Yes.
All right. Okay. So we cover quite a bit for the Aon student insurance. Oh, I see that Arti didn't give me control of the presentation.
Oh.
Give me 1 second. Okay, so we cover quite a lot for the Aon student insurance, but not everything. So let me explain what is not covered. Damages caused by abuse of substances like drugs or alcohol. If you get injured or stuff gets damaged and we find out that you had taken drugs excessively or have been excessively drinking alcohol, then that's grounds for refusal of reimbursement. Same thing for damages caused on purpose or by reckless behavior. Those damages won't be covered. When you are filling out your application form, please don't lie. If we find out that you misrepresented facts on your application form, then we might not reimburse expenses that you claim. Preventative medicine procedures and checkups for over-the-counter medication. Over-the-counter medication is medication you can't you can get at a regular drugstore or without a prescription. And sports that are that have an increased risk of accidents or injury are also not covered by the Aon student insurance. All right. Arti already touched on the subject of part-time jobs or internships. By Dutch law, you are obligated to take out Dutch basic healthcare insurance once you become employed. The amount of hours don't really matter. You can get a 0 contract or a 16-hour contract based on your visa, for example. But you're in both cases, or any hours in between, you're obligated to take out Dutch basic healthcare insurance. So you would need to stop your student insurance and apply for Dutch basic healthcare insurance. If you're on an internship contract, things are a little bit different. If you earn less than the minimum wage for an internship contract, if you don't get a lot of compensation, you're okay to keep your Aon student insurance. But if you earn more than minimum wage for your internship contract, then you're also required to take out Dutch basic healthcare insurance. And being improperly insured while being employed in the Netherlands can have a hefty fine if you don't apply for the Dutch basic healthcare insurance in time. The fines can start at 528 euros. Now, let me tell you something about the healthcare system in the Netherlands. We recommend that you find a general practitioner as soon as you arrive in the Netherlands, or relatively soon after you arrive in the Netherlands, because general practitioners in the Netherlands are gatekeepers. They're the first point of contact whenever you have health issues. And based on your appointment with the GP is a fully qualified doctor. Either the GP will give you medication to treat your symptoms, or if the GP finds it necessary, you'll be referred to a specialist for a consult. Keep in mind that if you do not have a referral document from the general practitioner to see some kind of specialist, no reimbursement will take place. And also important, please show up on time when you visit the doctor. Okay, one more thing about the healthcare provider system in the Netherlands. There's a shortage of healthcare providers, specifically GPs. You can consult a website called zorgkaart.nl to try and find a GP. Maybe ask your university. Maybe they have contracts with specific healthcare providers affiliated with the university or college. Aon provides free choice of healthcare providers. And you might hear healthcare providers talk about a specific system called VECOSO. That's the national database where all public insurance registrations are registered. Your Aon student insurance will not show up there because Aon student insurance is private insurance. So it might, so if the healthcare provider, for example, says, tries to enter your information into the system and says, I can't find your insurance registration, please explain to the GP that you have private insurance. Now, a little bit about your online application. Please apply for the Aon student insurance before you leave home so that your travels from your home country to the Netherlands, specifically your luggage, will also be covered by the Aon student insurance. You don't need a BSN to apply for the insurance, so you don't have to wait until your registration at City Hall is completed. Please take out insurance for the entire duration of your study. Some universities apply for insurance for their students, and that usually only applies to the first year. So for the second year, you'll have to apply for insurance yourself. And make sure to extend your insurance before it expires. Payment is flexible. You can pay per month, per year, or at once. And you can pay by direct debit, or e-invoice. Once you have paid, you don't receive an automatic confirmation, but you can check your online overview of your invoices, because after a few days, when we have received and processed your payment, we will also update the online overview to show which invoices you have paid. Once you have applied, you're obligated to pay premium. So please keep track of any invoice emails that we have sent. And failing to pay can lead to you being registered as a defaulter, which means that you cannot take out insurance in the future. If your university applied for your insurance, payment is often done through university, because you will probably pay for the insurance in your college tuition. Managing your insurance, you will receive all the documentation via email. It's very rare that you'll receive anything by post. If that happens, do please contact us. All changes are managed in your online portal. And if your university has applied for your insurance, any changes or made to personal information or payment information, you'll have to contact them first. When you find a job, you can quite easily switch between your Dutch basic healthcare insurance and your Aon student insurance. And if you have any change of plans, you can easily cancel the Aon student insurance on a day-to-day basis. How to file a claim. You log into your online personal account. You click on a button that says file a claim, and you follow the steps provided. If you have a job at the time and you also have a Dutch basic healthcare insurance, then please submit any medical claims to your Dutch basic healthcare insurance first before filing a claim to your possible supplement with the Aon student insurance. And now I'll give the floor back to Arti for the highlights.
Ik ben vastgelopen. Well, hi guys. I'm back. Thank you very much, Elisha. I saw that my picture is frozen. So I'm going to try to unfreeze it. But first I will finish the presentation. I'm sorry for all the mix-ups you have, but well, it's it's digital, so things can happen. The Aon student insurance. I'm going to give you a recap of the highlights, which I told you and Elisha elaborated on. The Aon student insurance is for international students studying or doing an internship in the Netherlands. It provides you with worldwide coverage. So if you are going to travel, for instance, during your study, for 1 or 2 weeks or for a weekend, because I can imagine that, you are in Europe now, you may want to travel a little bit, then you are insured under the Aon student insurance as well, and you don't have to take out any additional coverage. There's no need for a BSN number in order to apply for the insurance. So you can apply at any moment, and we recommend that you apply before you leave your home country, because then you are insured during your travel as well. The BSN is registration at City Hall, just to be clear. We offer a medical coverage, including pre-existing conditions or worsening of a pre-existing condition. Psychological consults are covered for a maximum up until €3,000 per insurance year. We offer a non-medical coverage, which is, the liability, the accident coverage, the repatriation, and so on. We elaborated on that in the previous slides. We have a 24/7 emergency assistance number, which you can contact if you are, for instance, admitted to a hospital, and the hospital asks for your policy details, and they ask for a guarantee of payment. You can contact, or somebody can contact the emergency center for you. Make sure you have your policy number always with you, so it's easy for them to look you up in the system. Our insurance is fully compliant for visa regulations, except for Switzerland because they have other laws. And last but not least, the Aon student insurance and no private insurance, health insurance, is eligible for healthcare allowance, zorgtoeslag as we call it. The zorgtoeslag, the healthcare allowance, is only for the mandatory Dutch basic healthcare insurance. So that's very important to know, because if you receive the healthcare allowance and you are not eligible for that, you will have to pay back everything. And I can guarantee you, you will have to pay it back. So don't do it. It sounds like easy money, but no money is for free. And then we are at several information fairs, and we would love to meet you. If you have any questions, or you would like to, to get to know us, or you have another question, or you would like to know more, come and visit us at these universities and universities of applied sciences. And we would love to meet you there and give you information you need. And then, how can we help you? Service and contact. If you want to get in touch with us, you can, of course, contact us by telephone. And almost everything you would like to know is on our website as well. So if you go to aonstudintinsurance.com, you will find everything in the frequently asked questions section online as well. But if you still want to have a chat with us because of a personal thing you would like to discuss with regard to the insurance, just contact us by email, telephone, or chat with us. You can also chat with us during office hours, which is between 8:30 and 5:30 from Monday till Friday. And the chat is with a real person, it's with a real colleague of mine, and they will help you wherever they can. And then lastly, are there any questions? I will stop the presentation now, and we will go to the questions section, and I will, I'm back. I'm not frozen anymore. Let me see the questions. Are there any questions? Let me see here. Yes, I see. Riska, you have a question. Can you open up your mic,
Thank
please?
you. Thank you for the
Yes.
opportunity. My name is
Yes.
Rizka. I'm a future student at Leiden University from Indonesia. My
Yes.
question is that is it possible for us to pay the entirety of the insurance premium for a period of 1 year? Because I receive a scholarship and they will only reimburse my insurance premium for 1 year period. They did not want to receive monthly bill. That's all my question.
No,
Thank you.
that's possible. I think that's possible to pay by year. Yes, that's not a problem. You can go to your online portal, and you can make the changes there, and then you can pay yearly. Of course, that's not a problem.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Then Jana, can you open up your mic? Hello, Jana.
Hello, yes.
Hi. Hi.
I was just wondering, I'm not sure if you've already mentioned this, but I was wondering what it meant by the not being compliant with visa regulations in Switzerland.
Because Switzerland has its own rules and regulations with regard to visas. So if you are you going to Switzerland?
I'm a Swiss resident, so I go back there
Oh,
often, so that's why I was wondering.
okay. You're a Swiss resident, okay, and you're coming to study here in the Netherlands.
Yes.
Okay. Well, it is most of the times it's the other way around from Netherlands to Switzerland.
Oh, I see.
But you don't need a visa to come to the Netherlands, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh,
then
so
there's
then
no
if it's if
problem.
I don't need a visa, that's not a
There's no
problem.
problem. No, then there's no problem.
All right, thank you so much.
Yes? Okay. Nisha.
Hi, Arti.
Hi.
Hi. So I am already in the Netherlands,
Yes.
and my insurance has started already, but
Okay.
I don't have my BSN, or I don't have my resident permit yet, and I'm wondering if I
That's
can start looking for my GP, or I need to wait for my BSN.
No, you can start to look for your GP. I would definitely do that because you have an insurance. The Aon student insurance doesn't require to have a BSN number. So your insurance is not linked to a BSN number. So I would definitely say go and find a BSN number. No, go and find a GP. Yeah, that would be the best thing to do.
Okay, perfect. And normally, which hospital do I go to get these services, or I would need to go through a GP and he would
You
direct
need
me?
to go through a GP. Here in the Netherlands, the GP, the general practitioner, is the gatekeeper. And
Okay.
everyone goes to the GP first, and the GP decides whether it's necessary for you to go to the hospital to visit a therapist, or he or she will treat you, because a GP is a general doctor.
Okay,
And
perfect.
if the GP thinks it's necessary that you go to the hospital to a specialist, they will give you a referral. And with that referral, you can make an appointment. If you don't have that referral, you can make an appointment, but it won't be reimbursed by the insurance.
Okay. I have two more quick questions. So
Yes.
are teeth cleaning or dental fillings or invisible braces covered?
No, it's not covered. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
And okay, and does the insurance cover damage to personal items from thief, fire, water, or apartments, faulty
Yes.
management, or natural disasters?
Faulty management, not. Depending on what kind of package you have. Faulty management is not covered. Natural disasters depends on what kind of natural disasters. But fire, burglary, and water damage, floods are covered if you have the full degree insurance.
Yes,
And
I have
if
the
you
full.
have, okay, and if you have the exchange insurance, it's also covered, but only for your personal items.
Okay, thank you. That will be all my
Yeah.
questions.
Okay, thank you. Bye. Soumya?
Yeah. Hi, can you
Yes.
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi, Arti. I had two questions. The first question
Yes.
is so I do plan on maybe taking up a part-time job or an internship,
Yes.
maybe in my second semester. So if I
Yes.
first take the student health insurance and I pay
Yeah.
the whole amount in one go, and say I get
Yeah.
a part-time job or an internship, how do I
Yeah.
switch to the Dutch basic health insurance, given that I have paid the full amount?
Yes. Of the Aon student insurance, you mean?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay. What you need to do is you need to apply for the basic healthcare insurance, and you need to go to our website because we need some documentation of you, like a work contract. And what you do is that you stop your do they need to stop yeah, you need to stop your Aon student insurance, and from that moment on you are insured for the Dutch basic healthcare insurance, and the premiums you've paid will be reimbursed to you on a back date. So once what you already have used, for instance, you took out the insurance for, let's say, 12 months, you pay 12 months, and you are going to work after 3 months, well, you will get your reimbursements for 9 months then.
All right. And those reimbursements I will get right as I cancel it, or will it be at a later date?
No, that will be right as you cancel it. It will be set in motion. And then you will receive an invoice, a monthly invoice for the Dutch basic healthcare insurance. So that are two separate processes. Yeah.
Got it. Just continued from that. So since an internship is usually a short period, say 2 months. So
Yes.
after my internship is over, so I have to switch back again to the
Yeah.
Dutch student health insurance.
Exactly.
But since say like 6 months have already passed, so is it possible that I only take for the 6 months that are remaining as a student?
Yes. Because
Okay.
you already you in between you were let's say an intern, you had another insurance or you had the Aon insurance, you can take it out then after for the 6 months that are remaining. Yeah, sure.
Got it. I have another quick question, Arti.
Yeah.
I wanted to know, so for a general practitioner, is there that a particular region has like a single general practitioner and I cannot go to another region's general practitioner when I'm finding one?
No, you need to go to a general practitioner that is close to your home, because that is the procedure here in the Netherlands. The general practitioner is always your first point of contact. So if you are, for instance, sick in your, you have the flu and you're in bed and you cannot go to the GP yourself, he needs to be able to be at your, in your, near your apartment within a range of, I think it is 20 minutes or something. So it's necessary for you to have a GP that is close by, within the reach of, with a car for 20 to 25 minutes.
All right. Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Arti. Yeah.
Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. Can I hear Vladislav?
Yeah, thanks.
Yes.
So
Hi.
hi. I have a question.
Yeah.
So the situation is I'm a Ukrainian citizen, but I study
Yes.
in Austria, so I have like Austrian health insurance.
Yes.
And so yeah, I have the access to European health insurance.
Yeah.
But in the Netherlands for my exchange semester, I'm planning on picking up a job for like 16 hours per week or so. And I just wanted to know like the things I need to do. So do I need to get the Dutch health insurance, or how is
Yeah.
it? How does it work?
Once you start to work, it doesn't matter how many hours you work, even a zero contract. Once you start to have a job here in the Netherlands, you are obligated to take out the Dutch basic healthcare insurance. And it doesn't matter if you have the European health insurance card or whatever. If you have a job and you pay taxes and you pay social securities here in the Netherlands, you need to take out the basic healthcare insurance. That's correct.
So yeah, I need to take the Dutch health insurance before I get the job, right?
No, once you have signed the contract, or let's say you start on the 1st of August, if you already know that you are going to start on the 1st of August, contact us, and because we need the contract of you, a copy of the contract. You can upload it, and then as soon as you know when you're going to start to work and you have a contract, you can apply for the insurance.
Yeah, okay, then thanks.
Yes, okay, bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Ayush, can I have your Ayush Dhareshwar?
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Thanks. Hi. Quick two questions. Number one,
Yes.
you've used the word reimbursement. Does it
Yes.
mean that we have to pay and then apply for a reimbursement with you? Is that how this works, or is it cashless?
No, it depends. With some GPs, we have a direct billing, so then you don't have to pay yourself, and then the GP sends the invoice to us. In other cases, you will have to pay upfront, and then you can get your reimbursement from us by claiming through your online portal. That is, for instance, with dentists and with physiotherapists. And then most of the times they will send you an invoice, so you don't have to pay cash, but that depends on the healthcare provider. So it's 50-50. Sometimes you have to pay upfront and get your reimbursement, and sometimes you can the doctor or the healthcare provider sends the invoice to us directly.
Okay. And the second question quickly is for non-Netherlands based travel. So let's say if I'm going for a
Yes.
holiday,
Yes.
I get the same amount of coverage, but then in that case, how does the GP situation work?
Yeah, then
Because
you have to pay everything out of your own pocket first.
okay.
So
And then
if you
get
go
it
to a
reimbursed.
country, for instance, and you, God forbid, but you break your leg and you need to go to the hospital, to the ER, and they fix your leg, then if it's a very high amount, you can contact the Aon Emergency Center, and they will give a guarantee of payment. But if it's, a bit, it's just a consult you had in another country, you need to pay that, and then you can get your reimbursement from us through claiming in your online portal.
Brilliant. Okay, great. Thank you. That's it from me.
Yes, thank you very much. Then we have 5 minutes left. So I'm going to do a few more questions. Gerhard Erasmus, can I have your questions, please?
Thank you for the information. Sorry, my signal might be a bit bad. I just
Yeah.
have a question. As part of my
Yeah.
first invoice for Wageningen University, it included
Okay.
25 months of insurance. Is that
Yes.
this Aon insurance? And then I can
Yes,
just
it
access your
is.
website to see my.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
that's the Aon insurance.
And
And Wageningen has even a more extensive coverage with us than what I presented today. So because with you, vaccinations are also included with your
and then
policy.
my following question is for your pre-existing conditions, do you have
Yes.
a list of specific conditions or is it any pre-diagnosed condition?
Any pre-diagnosed pre-existing condition is covered as long as you can study. So we
Okay,
don't
thank
have
you
a
so much,
list of
Arti. I
that.
appreciate it.
Yes, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye. Then can I have Bunga?
Oh,
Hello. Hi.
okay. I'm going to pursue my master degree in Leiden University, and I would like to
Yes.
ask about the asthma.
Yes.
Are you covering asthma and
Yes,
allergic?
we are. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. If you have asthma and you have the full degree insurance, then you are covered.
Okay. And one more question, maybe is
Yes.
just wondering about is there any promo or code, something for having the discount?
Sorry.
Do
Is
do
there
you
what?
have a discount for
No,
any? No?
no. If you
Okay.
you have the full degree insurance, only if you have a basic healthcare insurance and you take the top up insurance, so then it's an additional insurance, then you pay less, but then you also have to go for your reimbursements first to the Dutch basic healthcare insurance, but you have the full degree, so there's no discount. It's already very, very cheap because if you compare it to the Dutch basic healthcare insurance, which is 150 euros per month at least, and you have an out-of-pocket payment of 385 euros at least, yeah, and you compare it to the 56 euros you pay with the Aon student insurance, there's no discount.
Okay. Thank you for your
Yes,
information.
you're welcome. Okay, then I'm going to do one last question. And guys, just feel free to contact us again by email, phone, or chat if you have any questions. And can I have the last student, Alec Louis? Louis.
My question
Hi.
is really quick about Wageningen.
Yes.
We paid, but when will we get the insurance covered from?
You will get your insurance certificate later this month.
Mm-hmm. All right,
It will be
and then
sent to your email address directly.
great. And how can we find our GP? Like
contact Wageningen, because Wageningen University has their own GPs in the region with which they work, and they know our insurance.
Thank you very much for the presentation then and the
Yes.
questions. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, one last question I'm going to do. Caitlin. Hi,
Hello?
Caitlin. Hi.
I actually don't have a question anymore because he had the exact same question as me.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah,
Great.
thank you.
Okay. Well, then one more last question. Rigoberto.
Hello.
Rigoberto.
Good
Hi.
morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good
My
evening.
question is what would be the insurance limit for the policy with Aon? I've been looking at the policy contract as well as the
Yeah.
coverage, but it does not
Yeah.
specify up to what amount it would be for health expenses.
Well, there is no maximum because we cover actual costs. So it's not that we say for medical, we cover only up until 100,000 euros, which is a normal in certain policies, especially private policies. But because this is a student insurance, we don't have a maximum. It is actual costs. For instance, if you get into the hospital and you are admitted, and God forbid you need to go to the ICU and you need to stay there for 2 months, it will be covered because there is no limit to it.
Okay, thank you. And do you need
Yes.
to pre-authorize any services before you go into the hospital?
No, but in some cases it could be better. It could be handy if you go to, if you know you're going to have a certain examination that is quite rare, that you contact us to see what is, what is the best thing to do. But in general, we don't need any you don't need any pre-authorization. In general.
And one last question. Sorry. What is do you have your reinsurer that underwrites your policy?
Sorry?
Do you have a reinsurer company? So someone who backs the policies?
Yes, of course we have that. Yes.
And who would that be?
You can find that information in the policy documents.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah? Okay, bye-bye. Well, guys, I'm going to end this webinar, and I'm so sorry for the hitches we have with the technical issues, but I hope it was informative for you guys. Again, keep in contact with us. What we will do is we will send you a link to the webinar, to the recording. You will receive some information from us. And last but not least, have a great time here in the Netherlands. Have a safe flight to the Netherlands, and have a great summer for now. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Hi.
Doei.
Doei.